Good morning, Sal Spallone here. I'm the Director of Instruction at Bent Pine Golf Club here in Vero Beach, Florida. Today we're going to talk about the basic bunker shot. All right, a couple things have to happen in order for us just to get this golf ball out of the bunker and onto the green. Let's start there. All right, so we're going to learn right now one of the most important things to do is the angle of attack or where we're entering the sand. So when you're practicing, this is what I'll suggest. I'll put the golf ball down in the bunker. Now I am going to draw a line when I'm practicing about 1.5 inches to 2 inches behind the golf ball. Obviously we cannot do this on the golf course, but when we're training and practicing, I like to use this as a reference point. That's the first thing. That's where we're going to be entering the sand with the club. The second thing that has to happen is with our sand wedge, if we turned it upside down, the bottom part of it is called the bounce of the club. If I was to lay this on a cart path and I have the golf club square, the leading edge and the bounce are hitting each other. If I open that club up slightly, you can see the leading edge is now above the bounce of the club. So it's important, it's imperative to have the golf club slightly open at address so that we can expose the bounce of the golf club to slide through the sand. That's what we want to have happen. If we don't do that, we're going to use the leading edge too much and it's going to dig into the sand. Now let's talk about setup. The line that I created in the bunker is going to be in the middle of my stance. Therefore, the ball position should be slightly forward of center, 1.5 to 2 inches forward of center. Reason being, we never touch the ball out of the bunker. The sand propels it out onto the green. So with my setup position, I'm going to go ahead and put the line in the center of my stance, ball position slightly forward. I'm going to go ahead and dig myself into the sand so that I have a nice stable ground here. Also, I can't test the sand out, but I can test it out by putting my feet in. I can tell if I have sand underneath the ground or if there's hardpan. That's a nice little tip there. When I can dig my feet in, if I'm digging down quite too much, I know it's really soft. If I can't get down there enough, I know it's hardpan. I'm going to open up the club face. Now the last thing here is my weight's going to be slightly on the left side. It's going to stay here. All right, so that's going to be my setup position. And then from here, I am just going to go ahead and sit myself down a little bit, like I'm going to sit on a stool. Reason being, I want to get underneath the golf ball here. All right, I don't want to stand in my normal golf position and then have to dive down to get to it. So main thing with the setup, lines in the middle of my stance, club face slightly open, my weight is slightly on the left side, and I'm sitting down ever so slightly more, so now I do not have to change my levels. I can stay nice and level and get underneath the golf ball. From here, I am making a full golf swing. This is not a chip, this is not a pitch. I need to have energy to get this ball out and onto the green. So I'm going to make a splashing motion. That's what I like to imagine. I'm splashing the sand to get the ball out. I'm not digging, I'm splashing underneath, and I'm going to hit my full finish. I'm going to try to get the sand all the way out onto the green as the ball flies out there. It's going to look something like this. Lines in the center, club face slightly open, weights on the left side, sitting down a little bit. Now I'm focusing on that line. I'm going to try to enter that line with the club, get to my full finish. The ball is out and onto the green. I check my reference point. Now I hit slightly behind that. I don't mind, the ball's out. It gives myself a little room for error by moving 1.5 to 2 inches behind. If you do these couple tips, I guarantee you that will help your bunker shots. Thanks for listening.